What up? What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NBA Talk with Jay and Michael Fiddle. We're back on a Friday at an earlier time, at Fiddle's time as well, man. I was like, man, let's do a show. It's like, I don't know if I can make your time. He said, you know what? Let's just do your show at my time. And I said, let's do it, man. What's up with you, Fiddle? Everything cool with you, my brother? How you been?
Everything's great with me. Third winning day in a row. You were in the middle of that, and we crushed the other day. What did we have?
Yeah.
Like 8 in one day between us. So it was really
Yeah,
good.
it was a good day.
Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going, man.
We got cash.
Needed. We got 7 games on the card today. We're about to go through every one of them. We got some the news I had just saw fit. I was looking for injury reports, and turns out Dylan Brooks got a DUI arrest overnight. So yeah, other than that, no other like major news. Tatum's coming back, but we'll talk about it. We'll get to the game. Straight into the games. You don't have any story for us, right, Fiddle?
I kind of have one, and it's relative to the Dylan Brooks thing.
Okay, well, let's do it.
Well, like obviously the Dylan Brooks thing is just called a fucking Uber. But
yeah.
I realized who are some of the worst types of people in the world yesterday. I was driving somewhere, and I at first had to stop to get gas, and then I was driving to destination. Twice were people who were trying so hard not to let me change lanes. You know, the people who speed up and like look at you like, you're not getting in front of me. This one woman starts flicking me off as she's like in line to get onto the highway and merge on. She's blocking the gas station. I wanted to get to the gas station. I wasn't even trying to cut in front of her. So I'm like pointing, like I'm trying to get over there. She middle fingers me. Sorry for doing it on the show. And then I skirt into the gas station, and she's stuck right there at the light. And I just look at her like, hi. And then I'm going to my destination, and I'm trying to like get to the exit lane. These people just speed up right when they see you trying to merge lanes. It's like you're like top 5 worst type of people. I mean, top 5 worst is also the DUIers out there, but
yeah, that's a fact. You mean I thought you was about to say
5.
I thought you was about to say she came to the gas station too.
Oh, I wish.
I was about to say she comes to the fucking.
I would have been, you know, killed him with kindness, and would have been like, I don't know. I would have had some good response though.
Yeah, it would have been funny. It would have been even funnier if she came and she was pissed or whatever, and she was like drop dead gorgeous. That would have been fucking wild.
Oh, I saw her. She was not.
She was not. Yeah. Well, Fiddle, I'm from Texas, and if you don't like drivers like that, if that grinds your gears, I'd say never drive a single mile in Texas. That's just a little tip for you. No, I'm serious. And this is the whole fucking state. Now, I hadn't been in the whole state, but I did live in Dallas in the DFW Metroplex for 25 years. Worst drivers you've ever. They will run your ass off the road, Fiddle. Someone would have came to the gas station. They would have followed you to the gas station for sure. And in Dallas, for damn sure, there's about to be a fight or something.
I was born in Houston.
Yeah, so you know.
I don't remember.
But did you drive? Yeah. I was about to say you didn't have to drive. Yeah,
maybe a toy car around the little apartment we lived in.
It's bad, bro. I'll tell you that right now, man. But let's get to some games, man. Let's talk. That's what the people are here for. We're not here to waste the people's time. It's all business on the show. Let's go straight to the streets of Charlotte. In this one, let's go. Hornets land 7 points here, Fiddle, versus the Heat. Line opened up at 5.5 for this one. It went to 6.5, kind of came back down to 6, saw some resistance. Now we're seeing 7s juiced. Got some 7s minus 110s, but 7s juiced and going to 7.5, man. I like the Hornets in this spot, Fiddle. What do you think about this game, my brother?
I agree with the Hornets early steam, but at this point, I think it's Heat or nothing. I actually just actioned a Heat plus 7.5 and a plus 240 on the money line. At Caesars is a minus 110 and a plus 240. Those are the best odds in market. But at some point, you got to hit the resistance, as you said. And for me, it was Heat here. So I have it at 6.5 as the line for this game. So once it got to 7.5, crossed through the 7. 7's a very important key number. And Spoelstra might be the perfect antidote for this Charlotte Hornets run that they've been on. It's a divisional game. They're fighting for the play-in spots. I know Heat are coming off of a back-to-back, but they've just played 2 games against Brooklyn, so I don't think it was too heavy of back-to-backs. So I think it's time to not keep following the Hornets team and go Heat.
Yeah, no, I can understand it. But I still like the Hornets here. This team is quietly playing like the best team in the NBA, man. It's really they really just been a cash cow, honestly. The Heat have owned them. They have. I looked at that. They're 9-1 straight up in their last 10 versus the Hornets. They've absolutely owned them. But that's just all the more reason why I feel like Charles Lee, like it's not really hard for him to get his team going these days, even if they come out 1 or 2 bad quarters over the course of the full game, they lock in, especially at the house. I mean, damn, I remember a few years ago where there's nobody at Hornets game. Now it's fucking sold out every single night, man. They got all their players back. They're really in the zone right now, man. So it's definitely one of 2 things happened. The Heat and Spoelstra really could just own LaMelo Ball and the Hornets and own stake in that franchise and just own them every time they play. But I'm willing to go with some 9 out of 10 revenge in this one and the rest advantage as well. I do like the Hornets to keep it going here, Fiddle. Any thoughts on the total or any props in this game?
No, I don't have any thoughts on the total. I think it's really well priced. Props, I have not even looked at the prop board this morning. I also I don't mind the Hornets, but I do think it's 7.5. It's like just at this point, just wait, because you're gonna, unless you have access to the 7s out there, just wait, because I do think you might see 7s across the board or maybe 6.5 later. So I don't mind the Hornets angle, but I'm more numbers based. I would say if you want Hornets, just wait. If you want Heat, take it now.
Hey, Hornets by 6, man. I'd love that. Yeah, I would love that. Hornets by 6. Let's go to we got Jason Tatum coming back, man. They're laying 15.5 versus the Mavs in this one, Fiddle. Total sitting at 224. Do you think Tatum comes back in and kind of messes things up, or will he let Jaylen Brown, you know what I'm saying, keep the team, or what do you think he's gonna do? What happens?
Do we even think he starts? Do you think he starts today?
Oh, for sure. This is not the Olympics, bro. He's definitely fucking starting.
I think he's gonna play 18 minutes in this game. So I think his impact for this game is quite minimal. Like he'll find some shots, he'll find a few plays that are designed for him. But I don't think it's gonna be too much of an impact in either way or throw the Celtics off their scent. At current numbers, I have to say it's Mavericks or nothing. Cooper Flagg is listed as questionable after he came back from the ankle injury in the most recent game. But Flagg said after the game that he was hopeful to play, that he knew a lot of his friends from Maine were going to be there. His mom is like a diehard Celtics fan, lifer. So I think he wants to play in the game and doesn't want to be held out for injury maintenance stuff. So I do think if Flagg goes, the other people listed are Gafford, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, and Brandon Williams are all questionable. Like maybe Klay sits on the second end of a back-to-back, but I think maybe Gafford, PJ, and we'll see if Brandon Williams can go. He missed yesterday. If those guys can go, this will drop to 13. So it depends on the injury report, but I do think Flagg is going to play, and maybe it's time to hit Flagg Rookie of the Year again at plus odds.
Yeah, not the best of spots for the Mavs. First off, I hate betting the team when the star players come back. I'll almost never do that. I'm not betting against the Celtics. Damn near at this point have a rule of betting against the Celtics, but this is a huge number. They do have the rest advantage. Mavs, if they weren't tanking, they definitely would have won that game last night. I mean, they're not tanking as bad as some of the other teams, but I mean, they don't really get much from winning, right? They're obviously not getting the number 1 pick back-to-back years, but we know, you know what I'm saying, like there's no real reason for the Mavs to win right now. They know it. I mean, they've lost 5 straight games, but they definitely could have beat the Magic last night for sure. Yep. They're up 4 points with like a few seconds. I don't know how the hell.
37 seconds left.
Yeah, that was wild there, honestly. But it's just a little tidbit for you guys. Mavs, I mean, they'd like the best draft pick, just not openly like some of the other teams. But third back-to-back, 3rd and 4, 4th and 6, 6 game and 9 nights for the Mavs. Fiddle, Celtics games, 6 of the last 7 have went under. Mavs offense can really sputter. Are you surprised that the total went up a little bit?
No, I think this is still an under spot. 224.5 is an under at DraftKings, MGM, Caesars, Bet365. I would even stretch it to the 223.5 at FanDuel. This is an under spot for me.
Yeah. I mean, if it goes under, that means the Mavs won't reach 100 points, and that means they probably won't cover the spread. So that's how I feel like if you like under.
Prop is 12.5 too. I think that might be an under as well.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself that I want to take some type of Tatum under props, like where there's under. What is his threes at 1.5?
I'll look him up right now. That might almost be worth a parlay because if he only plays like 16 minutes, especially if the game at a 15.5 spread starts to be a blowout a little bit, right? Like, let him get his feet wet in this game. His points prop is 12.5. His rebounds prop is 4.5. There's 3.5s out there too.
I'm going under on that 4.5 rebounds. He not jumping at the gym.
His 3-point is 1.5, juice towards the over. You can get plus money, plus 115 towards the under. His assists are 2.5, 3.5 too.
Yeah, I would take under rebounds, under points, under
threes.
3 points made. Yeah. What did you say the threes made were?
1.5, but it's plus like 120 towards the under.
Damn. Well, there's one thing. If he doesn't necessarily have the quickness to get to the rim, he will try to shoot the step back threes. I just know after playing like game action for a while, which I mean the Mavs aren't like a real NBA team, but it's not necessarily G League either. Definitely don't have a ton of size for the Mavs, but I feel like this is like you said, just come out there, get your feet wet. At first game, he will still be kind of thinking about the injury just a little bit. Even though he's been back rehabbing and stuff, this is like one of the quickest anybody's come back from an Achilles. So it'll be in your head at least a little bit. It'll take 2 or 3 games to get out of that. So that's why I say the rebounds, if Vucevic or Kata's right there,
right?
All right, I'm just gonna let him get it. I'll dribble the ball.
Team are phenomenal rebounders. They have good rebounders at every position. That's like kind of why they've been really good this year. They always win the possession battle. I think all of those are looks. Even straights, parlays, round robins, put them all together. What is he going to shoot? 3 threes, maybe? Like he's not going to put up 4 or 5 attempts from 3.
Yeah.
So what is it you expecting him to make? The under 3-pointers 1.5 at plus money feels like a have to be a play.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Coming on here talking about unders on props. People are like, "What? I want to bet the overs. What? It's only 12.5. I'm taking that."
Wait.
Tatum's getting it.
You think Tatum's starting?
I don't really.
Tatum first basket plus 700.
Him to get the first basket? You know what? Funny story. I've never bet a first basket in my entire life. Not even close. Never even thought about it.
I'll throw you plus 700 for Tatum. There's also like, will it be a dunk plus 1,600? Not the first basket, but like, will Tatum's first basket be a 3-pointer, a free throw, a dunk? All those options are there too. But plus 700 if
Dakota in the chat
starts is decent.
Tatum plus 190 for his first basket to be a 3. I've never bet a first basket. Never. Any type of way. I'd rather bet a double-double or triple-double. That's just me. But I guess it's a quick sweat, boy. It's like
score first is the most fun sweat in NBA.
Damn. Can you bet who wins the tip?
You better be using team tip-off stats to handicap team to score first. But no, I don't think you could just win who wins tip outright. But we should put those markets up.
If you can bet the coin flip for the Super Bowl, you should be able to bet it every game.
I always bet the coin flip for the Super Bowl.
All right. Mav team total is 104.5. Has to go under if you like the under in the game, in my opinion. Has to. Mavs are not locking up. I mean, they're not a bad defensive team, but they're not locking the Celtics up. I feel like they get held to, like, if I'm taking under, I almost take alternate under 99.5 Mavs team total.
I think
Back
Clay's
to
going to
back.
be out too, so that should CLV it.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Houston, H-Town, where Fiddle was. You said you were born there?
Houston Memorial, baby.
H-Town. Rockets land 6.5 versus the Blazers in this one. Rockets coming off an overtime game. Rockets, man. I don't really know what to say about this team. You never know what you're going to get from them, honestly. What do you think about this game?
The only reason why it could be priced at 6.5 is if either a few people are going to miss this game for Houston or Denny Avdia is going to come back. And I have Avdia doubtful. Amen Thompson, Jabari, Şengün, all questionable. They all played yesterday. Şengün's playing through an illness, so I would assume he plays again. Amen and Jabari Smith are both playing through ankle injuries or like leg injuries. So maybe one of them is going to be out for this game. This one really depends how the injury report goes. If you think those guys are all going to play again, coming off the loss to the Warriors in overtime, you're getting an overtime tax on Houston and you're getting an injury report tax on Houston. So if you think the Houston players play, it's definitely a Houston number right now. But at this point, if you're trying to be a Portland buyer, like you kind of need those guys to be out. So I would say the asymmetry favors taking Houston. I have nothing.
Yeah, Rockets offense, man, it's so many teams in the NBA where they're just average. And the Rockets are a good team, but their offense is very average, and it can fall off a cliff at any point in the game. And it's very I don't know, man. It's very tough to bet teams like that because you never know where they're going to go on a run or a stretch 2-3 minutes and don't score and then fuck the whole spread up. Like could even lose it. They'll go from covering the game to losing outright, literally, just like that. So, I mean, they're 0-3 against the spread last 3. You just lost outright last night to the Warriors. You only win by 5 to the Wizards. Could have blew them out in that game. No, close game, man. Wizards on their ass. Lost outright to the Heat as well. So I'm not messing with the Rockets. I'd actually like to take Blazers here, Fiddle. Like if one of those guys out, Şengün, Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., they could probably still win without him. But if Şengün was out, you fade the Rockets. Thompson's out, you fade their ass, man. Blazers last 5th game of a road trip, and they've had a lot of road games as well, Fiddle. This will be their 8th road game in their last 10 games, bro. Ton of road games. Minnesota, Utah. So Minnesota and Utah, then back home, then Phoenix, which is bad, back home, Chicago, Charlotte, ATL, Memphis, and then now Houston before you head back to the crib. So could be a dead zone spot for them as well. But I'd like to say Blazers are nothing for me right here. I definitely, especially with the rest advantage, they it's funny as well, Fiddle, because Blazers are supposed to be a defensive team. They have good defenders, and then they'll have games that go to 240 and shit.
They play so fast.
It makes me scratch my head.
It's a pace thing. I'll look up what their pace stats are, but they play so fast.
Yeah, I think
they're 6th in the league in pace.
Like, how much better would the Blazers be, or how much better were they beginning of the season? I know they still had some pace to them, but they were defensively they were locking down. That's why they were so good to start the season.
They played full court press against every team, like every game.
Why change
Not the whole game, but there were spurts in every game where they're playing full court press. I kind of knew it was something that like you can't keep that up all season. Like 82 games is too long of a season to keep that up. It felt like a Chauncey thing, and then once Tiago Splitter came in, he's like, we're not going to be able to always do that.
Yeah.
Small guy versus big guy as coach mindset.
There was a time where I was like, Splitters definitely should be hired as the like regular coach for his team. I'm starting to rescind my thoughts on that. I don't think he's a bad coach. I don't know if he's ready for NBA.
It looked obvious early in the season because they were good and dealing with so much drama. The reason why I think he is kept as coach is because I don't know what the situation with Chauncey is, but like technically when you fire a coach, you still owe them their full contract. So it's a guaranteed contract. So they just re-signed Chauncey this offseason to like a 4-year, $40 million type of deal. So if they're still on the hook for that money, then they're probably not going to want to go out and get another $10 million coach. They're probably fine with keeping Splitter and him being one of like the lower end head coach salaries in the league.
Yeah, unless Chauncey's charged with something, then the money will likely be off the books.
Right.
All right. Yeah, Blazers or nothing. I don't know. Rockets got some shit going right now. Something's going on with the Rockets. Still a great team. Got the Spurs on deck as well, coming off overtime game. They didn't have, it's not a 3rd and 4 because they had 2 days off before yesterday's games, but still Blazer nothing. Not betting the game. Let's go to Phoenix here, Fiddle. Fiddle, have you ever, I know you bet like a lot of overnight. Have you ever like done a show and then like later in the day you kind of leaned away and then you're like, you know what, I'm gonna bet this. Like you just kind of, we think about games all day. You're like, I actually really like this spot. Numbers still the same as it was the night before, like where you liked it, and you'll add plays later. Would it ever happen, Fiddle?
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm adding plays later in the day, I probably bet it less size. Just because the market means the market's sharper and my edge will decrease. And that's not for everyone. That's for me and the way that I bet. But yeah, if the number's the same, it's probably an information game and maybe information's still to come. So yeah, maybe you get enough market signals where you're like, okay, I will eventually do it. But yeah, there's plenty of times where I see something overnight and I'm like, I might action that. And then I get to be, yeah, I'm going. Even if there's no resistance, I like there to be no resistance. You know, if I like a number and it stays the same, well, at least I'm glad it's not going the other way. If it's going the other way, I really have to check myself. Like, what am I getting wrong? But if it stays the same, I'm like, there might still be time for me to get in and beat the final number.
No, it's a fact. Suns land 6 versus Pelicans. Dylan Brooks will not be.
I wonder if he's even at.
He will be a little hungover. He's drinking liquid IV.
Sunglasses.
He's drinking liquid IV right now. I'm actually a fan of Dylan Brooks. I've noticed that I play like Dylan Brooks, just causing havoc out there on the floor. They fucking hate it. Suns haven't been going anywhere, Fiddle. 9th home game in their last 11 games. Super comfortable coming off a horrible loss to the Bulls. No, you don't know something funny, Fiddle? So I was on the Bulls yesterday, and then obviously Buzelis and Giddey get ruled out. I'm like, fucking what the fuck? And then the NBA happened. Well, what do you think happens here?
I'm Phoenix or nothing. I guess this one speaks to your spot that you just said. It's like, do you ever just wait and then eventually go? This number hasn't moved. I was thinking that maybe Zion could get downgraded to questionable for this game because he just came back from an injury. It's the second night of a back-to-back for the Pelicans with travel. DeJounte Murray missed yesterday's game against the Kings so that he could play against the Suns. They scheduled him to let Fears play against all the Kings guys who are like first, second year players too, and they'll bring DeJounte back against a more veteran team. It's got to be Phoenix or nothing for me, even still.
Yeah,
no plays on the total.
Yeah, with them pulling the Fugazi shit yesterday, is probably a Phoenix spot today. Honestly, Pelicans covered yesterday, major public spot. They cover yesterday versus the Kings. Suns, they lose outright as 11.5-point favorites, and I'm sure a bunch of that money like flew in on them right before the game. This is probably the spot to back the Suns. They're at the house. They play better at the house. Should be a good game, but definitely think it's a Sun spot. One thing about Zion, Fiddle, he has to do a certain amount of game. I don't think there's going to be many more games this season. Like if it was a regular season, then he probably would. But I think like some for his contract extension or some shit like that, or he'll miss out on like $20 million or something if he doesn't play like a certain threshold of games this year. And there's other weight shit in there as well, but he's going to pass the weight part. Only thing now, he needs to play the certain amount of games. So that's why we don't see Zion like just out for rest. Right. I think the team is going to do right by him and say, hey, we're not going to rest him and screw him off of his money. If he can play and he wants to, then they're going to let him play.
That's actually
but I still think they get smacked.
The broadcast that I watched when I watched Pelicans Lakers game, they were like, Zion does have tiny hands, which is why the ball keeps slipping out, and like people like can poke their hands in and get it out because he's the no grip strength because he got tiny hands.
Yeah.
So he had like so many turnovers against the Lakers. I didn't watch the Pelicans Kings game. If you did, God bless you.
Yeah. Didn't
But
watch it.
against the Lakers, there's so many turnovers from Zion. So even if Zion plays, I don't know how much of a positive it is. You know, maybe he's worth a point and a half now.
I did know that Mark Williams is out. You know what? So I had Iguodala double. This motherfucker had 8 rebounds like at the beginning of the fourth quarter. He came in with 10 minutes in the fourth quarter, Fiddle. He ended up with 10 points and 9 rebounds. He was 1 rebound away for the double, man. It would have been 11 racks, man. It's tough, bro. He should be live for it again tonight, but he just was playing so weak down low. But Fiddle. Mark Williams is out for a while.
Yeah, I do like Iguodala as a player. I do like Ryan Dunn. So I do think they'll have some bigs that can cover. But Mark Williams has been impressively good this year.
Yeah, no, Dunn is a baller. I like Dunn. He was the one who was taking the fucking rebounds from Iguodala last night.
Big.
Yeah. Should be a Sun spot, man. But I definitely think Zion. I'll tell you this: if I made to the NBA, you guys would be. I'm not as dumb as Zion, but like you would have heard stories and stuff like, might have saw a few videos like we've seen of Zion. Let's just put it that way. I would be having fun for sure. I'd still be playing basketball. I'd be having plenty of fun. So don't shame Zion too much. Everybody's different, you know what I'm saying? And some guys, they're like guys, you know what I mean? And they like women and they like pretty women. And don't bash Zion for that. Fuck, go bash one dude's painting their nails or something. All right. Let's go to Denver. Nuggets getting a point and a half at the house versus the Knicks in this one. We have seen movement here, Fiddle. You know what? I saw some rumblings. We see Aaron Gordon warming up and shit. We see him like warming up. We see him doing extra work after practice, which means he's close to coming back. I had to look yesterday because I'm like, where is this Nuggets line going tomorrow? They're saying that Aaron Gordon's coming back today. They're saying Peyton Watson's close to coming back. Who else is out as well?
Peyton Watson and Cam Johnson missed yesterday's game.
Cam Johnson, he comes back, it's gonna hurt the Nuggets right now.
Yeah,
Spencer is Aaron Gordon coming back today?
He's scheduled to. He's probable on my report. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's coming back. So why did the line go to Knicks -1.5?
I don't know. I would have this as Denver nothing. I would have it close to Denver like -2.
Last night was a pick. This was actually Nuggets -1. It was Nuggets -1 at open.
Thought we go out to -2 and going the other way.
Caesars
I don't think we can get to a Knicks -2. So I would be doing Nuggets or nothing.
Yeah. Caesars has taken a very strong stand on this game. Caesars likes the Knicks here. They don't care if you like the Nuggets. Like it was -1 everywhere. Caesars like, no, we're at pick. Pick money line -110. That's where they never had Nuggets -1. They said no, we like the Knicks here. I don't know what it is, Fiddle, but
they could have got some money. They're willing to take some bigger bets, like for
that's a
what's
fact.
Considered a recreational book. Like they'll take way bigger bets than
that is a fact.
DraftKings or MGM. People ask me all the time, Fiddle, what's your unit? I'm like, first of all, I don't even know you, so it's none of your fucking business. And second of all, it totally depends on where I'm betting and when. Like, is it at DraftKings on an overnight, or is it at Caesars the day of? Like, these are very different qualifications. And at a certain point, you just get down what you can get down, and a lot of that depends. And units don't actually exist.
100%. You can. There's been times all the books have like tightened up. I don't know what it is. It's like some umbrella shit going on. All the books have tightened up. But I bet MGM Caesar. I used to bet 10,000 a day, no problem, none whatsoever. No, reviewing bet, none of that. No, put the bet. You got the money account. You put the bet in. Nope. Caesars is one of the apps.
Sending this for review is the worst thing. It's diabolical.
Oh, what the fuck? No, they will. No, if you go to the kiosk,
60% of that.
No. If you go to the Caesars kiosk, They will review your bets. This I had a trouble with this betting the Iguodala double yesterday. It was plus 320, so I put it in the first time. They let me bet it, and then I put in the same time review and bet for about a minute and a half. No lie, bro. But on the app, I don't know, man. I'll tell you this, Fiddle, and everybody. All of the apps were good for a while, and I started to see the one like Fanatics. There was Betway; they limited me really quick. DraftKings, even for a while, let me bet a bunch of money, and then for whatever reason, it's like something happened. There was like it was 2 years ago, and then Bet360, the biggest ones, like all had limits, and it wasn't just me. But Bet365 started limiting people. BetMGM started limiting people. Caesars, like somewhat, they'd let you bet like 2,200, but you couldn't bet like 10,000 anymore. And then it was more DraftKings, you know what I mean?
Fanatics is the worst. When
Fanatics
Fanatics
for sure.
bought PointsBet,
yeah,
because it used to be PointsBet, and PointsBet was good. I liked PointsBet.
Yeah,
They would take my
sure.
action too, and I'm like, great. It's almost like it almost felt like for me was I was allowed to bet as a price forecaster for some of these books. They're like, okay, we'll take. Again, I don't know.
Take your action and then move the line.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, they would do that for sure.
Take my action, great, and then use that action as information. Sure, that's a fair trade. My 55% hit rate and 3% ROI on my bets in exchange for you having the information about where some of these lines should go and where the sharp action is going to come in overnight. So it's like, yeah, that's a great deal. When it became Fanatics, they're like, no website. You have to use an app. We have to track everything that you're doing, and you could bet $4.
Yeah. It should be the way that you're saying, though. Take my bet, use it for your gain.
Right. The
it's
worst is
win-win.
If you have a very limited account, try not betting into it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people still bet into limited accounts because they're like, well, I still got to bet what I can.
Yeah.
And it's just like they're taking your $12 and still moving the lines.
And still doing it.
And like you're getting so ripped off. And like on the back end, you're that person driving and not letting someone merge into the lane. There's a lot of people who want to merge into that line, and your $12 is cutting them off.
Go to the casino. If you have casinos anywhere near you, I don't care if it's 2 hours away, depending on how serious of a bettor are you, take your ass to the casino. It's worth it. I'm telling you this. The money's good.
Can I go one step further?
What's up?
Like if you go to like Vegas or something, stay at Caesars or stay at MGM, and like even reach out to customer service being like, hey, can you guys set me up a reservation in your restaurant? Like, I know it's very easy to look up the number for the restaurant and just call it yourself. Do it through the hotel services department or whatever. I'm convinced my MGM account has lasted longer because when I go to Vegas, I stay at MGM and I'll book a reservation in their restaurant. And like, you're essentially feeding it back to the ecosystem, but like, I got to stay somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'll
make 100K.
I'll let them know that's where I'm staying.
Make 100K on BetMGM in 1 year and see what happens. You'll be able to bet $110. But last thing I'll say, Bet365 was another book. I used to bet 10,000 a day, no problem. It's like $8, $7 now. So the whole point of me saying is something happened to where it wasn't just one book. It was a lot of the big books. They were like, all right, we got to start limiting bettors. We can't let them keep betting 5 figures a day. It wasn't just one book. Something happened where they had a fucking meeting, and then I just got started getting limited. Something happened. Let's go to San Antonio. 2 more games here. Fiddle. Spurs land 7 versus the Clippers. We're seeing movement towards the Clippers here. Spurs have been absolutely balling. They've been smacking everybody. What do you think happens in this one?
I think it's a Spurs number, but it's a Clippers spot probably, right? With Spurs back-to-back off the long road trip. This is not an ideal place to back the Spurs, but at the number, like I'd have it at 8.5, 9 if there was no other manual adjustments for the rest spot and the Spurs spot that it is. And you're now seeing 6.5s and 7s across the board. So it's still Spurs or nothing for me because at least they're so young and so mature. I feel like that negates some of the bad spot tendencies, but I do like the over in this game. I do think this is going to be a faster paced game, and there's still time to buy in on Clippers overs with Mathurin, Garland, Kawhi. Like, let me make sure are all those guys healthy? Darius
They
Garland's
should
out
be.
for this game. Okay.
Oh
But
shit. Yeah, if he's when did they get announced?
left toe maintenance.
What the fuck, man?
Nail salon.
They do
For
put
Garland.
so you'd rather play versus the grid. This is why I'm not going to go on too far to rant. No respect whatsoever. They have the Grizzlies tomorrow.
So yeah, he's estimated to return tomorrow. So they're saving him for the easier game. It's just like, I mean, sure, if they just want to middle at 500, I get it, because that's going to help you catch, the teams around you in the play-in race. But you should play your guys against the Spurs.
Why not go for the now? Even if you lose versus Spurs, you can win without Garland versus the Grizzlies. Everybody knows that. The organization knows that. No respect whatsoever.
Yeah, I can't
Spurs
play
probably
Clippers
smoke
at
them
7 with Garland out, even though it's a bad spot for the Spurs. Spurs are nothing.
This is Heat versus Hornets. The Spurs are the Hornets in this spot. Obviously, the team that's absolutely been balling. Not necessarily the same, because the Heat are the team that's on the back-to-back, but the Spurs are on the back-to-back this time here. So the spot, I hate the spot. So they just cashed in the first game back home versus from the road trip, because they know how to guard the Pistons. But now you get the back-to-back off of. I'd love for the QL guys to come in and, look up teams coming off a 5-game road trip, and then they're on a back-to-back home games. You know what I mean? I'd love to, and land points. I'd love to see that that stat. I'd bet that it's less than 55%. I don't like this spot. It's specifically when you win the first game. So like one of them is gonna be the letdown game. You know what I mean? If it's not the first one, then it's probably the second one. I don't want the Clippers without Garland. I like Mathurin on them. It's crazy because I think it was a really good trade. Like both teams got what they needed. Garland is a young, more, I'm not gonna say athletic, but the defense is obviously worse, but Garland fits the Clippers better than what Harden did. And Harden fits the Cavs better. So it was really great. If Clippers had Garland here, if they actually respected themselves and like respected their basketball and came in here to play, they could probably hand the Spurs a loss here, the way that they've been playing. I know that Spurs have been balling. Clippers have been playing. I've been watching them. Guys, they're covered 9 of the last 10 fucking games. Like, I don't think people are talking about that. They're 9-1 against the spread last 10. That's what I got thinking. Like, let me watch this Clippers team, man. What the hell going on? They're playing great ball.
Kid?
Yeah, he's out for a season.
Yeah, but he's good.
Yeah. I could go on a whole rant on Garden not playing here. No respect whatsoever. Let's just go to the next game, man. No respect. I'd rather play versus the Grizzlies than play versus the Spurs. Actually, pretty good, big game. They could see where they're at. If you won this game, you might even fuck around, make the play. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Lakers land 9.5 versus the Pacers. Fiddle line was at, I think it was at 12 last night.
Yeah, but no LeBron. It seems no Ayton.
I don't even know if he got injured. I'm watching the game. I'm like, oh, LeBron's down. He's in pain. And then I'm like, hold on. I thought it was the right elbow. And then he was holding the left elbow.
So he said in his post-game conferences, pretty sore right now, day to day. We'll see what happens. He said it was a funny bone situation, but added it was more intense. And he says, I'm going to ice it and I'll get it looked at.
Yeah.
And
was it both elbows?
The game and didn't return.
Was it both elbows or what? Or he confirmed which elbow?
It was his head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Whole body?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to take the Pacers here. You never really want to take the Pacers. You got to know if they're going to take this game serious. There has been games this season where Rick Carlisle's like, all right, look, guys. I don't know if it's like locker room conversation, but he's like, all right, we're going to take this one serious. I'll take you back to them facing the Knicks, 11.5-point underdogs in New York. They beat them outright in Madison Square Garden. That's a game where they clearly was like, let's take the game serious. If you watch the game, they're playing defense, they're hustling. Everybody's playing like it's game 7. Like they're playing like they still got Tyrese Halliburton. And then they beat the Nets, obviously, and then rattled off 7 straight losses. Like very non-competitive. 2 games versus the Wizards, Fiddle. Definitely were like, all right, guys, we're not going to try. And
we want nothing.
Obviously.
So the thing with the Pacers, like the Pacers gave away their pick, but it's 1 through 5 protected, 1 through 4 protected, but 5 through 9 goes to the Clippers.
Yeah.
If they end up with the worst record in the NBA, you can't
Guaranteed.
move more than
Pass
4
for it.
places below. So if they end up with the worst record in the NBA, they can't go worse than 5, and thus like their chance to keep the pick are resoundingly high, like 85%. So I think the Pacers want the worst record in the NBA, but you're right. There's some games where they play for it. This is obviously taking a lot of Pacers action. And right now on the injury report, it seems like Nembhard, Nesmith, and Siakam are all probable for this game. So if those guys are all going, I might want the Pacers, but that's a tough situation to buy into.
I think everybody goes here. I think they actually care about
Then
this
it should
game.
be a Pacers spot.
They lost 7 straight. I mean, you can play.
Remember
you can literally do. Huh?
Their most recent win must be against the Knicks.
No, they had beat the Nets right after that, the next night, and then 7 straight losses. And then obviously they weren't going to be competitive last night as well. I mean, this is not a Lakers spot. I would not bet the Lakers here. What I would bet is Luka to possibly get a take. He tries so bad. It's kind of like me when I play basketball. I'm like, I'll tell my son, all right, I'm not going to get into anybody today. I'm not going to trash talk anybody. And then it just kind of ends up happening. Or somebody will trash talk me, and then now I got to talk shit back to them. It's one of those things where you don't want to do it. It's just natural. And I'm watching Luka, and he says he has something to say to the refs. I'd say 60% of the possessions. That's being light. Closer to 70, but I'll say 60 just to be, you know what I mean? Luka, he can't stop talking to the refs, and he thinks he gets fouled on every single play. He's going to get a tech one of these next few games, going to get suspended. It's just, I take him arguing with the refs like over 8.5. If it said 8.5 Fiddle, I'm taking the 8.5. But yeah, fair. LeBron might be out. Aiden might be out.
I have Ayton, LeBron doubtful, Nembhard, Nesmith, Siakam probable.
I could see the Pacers. It's just so unfair today's NBA Fiddle. They could win this game outright if they wanted to, but they want no parts. They might do what the Mavs did last night, go all the way down to the wire. It's like, all right, yeah, we'll play like we want to win, but we don't want to win the game. But Pacers are nothing. I agree with this team. Did not want the Lakers here, Fiddle. This is definitely going to be a day where some added plays are going to happen here, Fiddle. But one for me so far. Me and Fiddle going head to head. I took Hornets smaller, -5.5. Fiddle likes, hopefully we get Hornets by 6, and we both cash. Fiddle, what do you like on today's card?
I like the Celtics under. I like the Clippers, Spurs over. And then the other ones that I did like were Miami +7.5. We're going to Hawk to agree to that game landing at 6 or 7. And spit on that thing. Or maybe the Pacers, Celtics, if we're looking at the Tatum unders, I think are good. That under 1.5 3-pointers +120 is very interesting to me. So, and maybe the Suns. Might be a spot that I get to. I would probably do the classic Fiddle and just lay it on the money line -220-ish, and just put a unit down and bring home, a little less than half a unit as opposed to laying the 6.
Only injury info we got since the show started is that Jordan Walsh downgraded to questionable. So, yeah, man, it's gonna be a great Friday. I'm probably the opposite of Fiddle. A lot of these games, man, I'll wait until the last. I'll wait until the last second. Just make sure no injury bullshit. Oh, this guy's downgraded. I'll wait till the last second, man. So it's either I'm betting when the games first come out, or I'm betting at the last second, literally 5 minutes before the game starts. Games tips at 8:10. I'm betting it at 8:05. That's just how I get down, man. But whatever you guys are betting, man, this is a great show today with Fiddle, man. We went on here 44 minutes. I think LJ, we're going to try to get LJ and Chris B capping for a show tomorrow. I hadn't hit Chris up, but I know LJ's down for it, man. So we should be live tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, right here. It's all love. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hope y'all had a great week. It's us against the bookie. Still, forever. It's all love. I'm in the middle of a snowstorm here, man. So I'm chilling at the crib, but
I see it
definitely
on the
will be
mountain
live.
behind you. Looks crazy.
Definitely will be live tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, my guys. It's all love. Y'all hit the like button one time for the one time, man. And we out. Let's go.